Well, guys, finally we found Senator Andrea Cousins. You know, we had a problem with scheduling, but she's here. Senator, how are you?
I'm doing fine, and the truth is that we find each other all the time. I think the last time I saw you was just about 2 weeks ago when we opened the parking lot here. So I think we've just had a difficulty scheduling it, but since we're here together, I thought I'd give you a few moments.
So, Senator, the election is coming up, the
Yes.
primary.
Yes.
How is that going?
I think it's going well. I'm going all over my district. You know, I submitted almost 6,000 signatures on behalf of my reelection. Certainly, I got 2,000 right here in Yonkers, and I'm just going back and forth, talking to people, hearing what they have to say to me, and of course reminding them of the types of good things that I've done for the city of Yonkers and for White Plains, New Rochelle, Greenburgh, and Scarsdale, the other districts that I represent.
Well, Senator, you've been there for 12 years and you keep being reelected.
Yes.
So I have to say that a lot of people are happy with what you're doing.
Yes. Well, I work hard. You know, before I became a senator, I was a county legislator. And the things that I was able to do on the county legislature, like creating the Human Rights Commission, like making sure that guns are locked up in storage so that they'll be safe and out of the hands of children, things like that, getting prevailing wage and stopping racial profiling, has built my profile. So when I ran for Senate, people understood that I was somebody who would stand up and fight for them. And that's what I've been doing in the Senate. Whether it's minimum wage, raising the minimum wage, paid family leave, criminal justice reform, raise the age, lowering taxes, expanding the seniors program for their drug and medicines. I am there. I started a Veterans Hall of Fame up there to include all of the veterans, not just a small group. So I've tried to be, you know, as many things as I possibly can be. And of course, here in the city of Yonkers, where the needs are so great around the school district, I was able to make legislation that will help rebuild Yonkers School, which the mayor is really happy, the superintendent is really happy. It allows for them to begin a process which will be a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar probably process, but we're able to do that because of the legislation that I did with my colleagues in the Senate and the Assembly. And of course, this last year, we were able to stop the laying off of about 400 people by bringing in an additional $16 million. So it's almost $300 million that the state has provided, you know, the city of Yonkers School District in order to make sure that the resources are there. And we're going to continue that. I mean, so I've done a lot of work. And the reality is there's still, especially in this time of Trump, a lot to do. So that's why I stood up with his anti-immigrant policy. I had a rally in Pace University right after he started this nonsense with immigrants, and hundreds of people came because, you know, New York is supposed to be a progressive state, and we're supposed to be able to respect everyone. And, you know, I stood up immediately. I've stood up with Congress people up and down the Westchester County with this family separation policy. So, you know, people are used to me standing up for them locally, standing up for them as a statewide, and standing up as it relates to national issues too, because it's just too important for us not to make it very, very clear that New York is not going to go backwards. And people should know that I'm also the minority leader. I'm the first woman leader in the history of the New York State Legislature from right here. No woman has ever been elected to the position I hold, not in the Assembly or in the Senate, not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm the first woman who, by the colleagues, was elected to lead the conference, which allows me, you know, a very influential position. I'm also one seat away from being in the majority. So next year, should the voters reelect me and we pick up one seat on the Democratic side, I would actually be the majority leader. The first woman leader, again, first woman majority leader in the history of New York State from right here. So I am looking forward to really being able to win on primary day, to continue the fight on every single level, and hopefully continue to make my constituents and the state of New York proud.
So, Senator, I only have two more questions.
I'm worried.
Yeah, I only have two more questions. Okay, that the people in Yonkers want to know about the $500,000 that you found a way to donate to Long Island when we have a lot of kids in Yonkers.
Sure.
Just an explanation so the people of Yonkers can know exactly what it is.
What's going on? Yes. Well, first of all, as I said, I brought an additional $16 million to the city of Yonkers. I spend an extraordinary amount of time making sure that the Yonkers School District, and that's why, again, the mayor, the superintendent, everybody is endorsing me. But I'm also the leader. And as the leader, when resources come, I'm expected to share the resources. You can't be a good leader and every time there's resources, you say, oh, only me, only mine. So I have 30 members in my conference. I have to share resources, and they give the resources through the leader, and the leader then gives members resources. That's what happens. So it's not that anybody's getting this instead of that. Everybody is getting as much as I have to give, and also you should know that other districts here in my community also got money as well. White Plains School District got money. The Greenberg School District got money. Yonkers superintendent, he knows he's got money to rebuild the school, $100,000 to each of those. So in other words, resources come, and then the leader makes sure that people are able to bring things back to their communities because we all need. And the other reality is that in the majority, you even have more resources. So you can be able to do more. But, you can't just hold on to it for you.
Well, Senator, last question. We've been trying to run a debate between you and Virginia Perez. I think the people of Yonkers and District 35 wants to see that so they can make an educated decision on who they should vote for. Is this something that you would be willing to give us? Let us host the debate?
I have not heard anything about any debate. And quite honestly, I'd be more than happy to tell the people of Yonkers, as I always have, and the people of my district always have, what it is that I have done and what it is I continue to do. Thank you.
Well, we spoke with your manager. I think John is your manager.
No, actually, Joe is my manager, so I'll put him in touch with you. Okay?
My mistake.
Perfect.
So you would be willing to sit down and talk about issues?
I have always been willing to sit down and talk about issues because that's what I do.
Senator, thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
And we will be in touch for to set up this interview. Debate before the primaries. Thank you, ma'am.
That's fine. Thank you. Bye-bye.